Welcome to lesson 6. We have a few different things to do this lesson. First of all, we are going to try a 2-octave scale. You can see there's more piano in the camera view today. We're going to go for C major, but so far we've only played 1 octave of C major. And just to remind you of finger numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've played the scale using fingers 1, 2, 3. Then you cross over and use every finger till you reach the octave C and back the same way. So finger 3 crosses over here. Now we want to try a scale of 2 octaves. So instead of going 1 octave to this C, we're going to go up to the next C, 2 octaves away. All it means is that when you reach the first C, instead of playing it with finger 5, your little finger, you're just going to cross underneath with finger 1, your thumb, and then you're starting all over again. I'll show you. So starting at middle C, 1, 2, 3, and I'm talking finger numbers now. 1, 2, 3, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross again. 1, 2, 3. Cross again, and use all your fingers like you have done so far for the 1 octave scale. Come back the same way, so down through all your fingers, 3 over, and then when you get to this C here, 4 over, and then 3 over again. So you're alternating, you're going to finger 3, then to finger 4, then to finger 3, and then when you finish you go all the way up to finger 5 for that top note. So I'll show you once more. Finger numbers, 1, 2, 3, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross. 1, 2, 3, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish with finger 5, back down the same way, 3 over, 4 over, 3 over, and finish. Once you've sussed that, you can play 2 octaves, 3 octaves, as many as you like. Left hand, so far for a 1 octave scale, we've started with finger 5. We've used every finger, then put 3 over, and then back the same way. Now we want to do a 2 octave scale. So there's the first octave, there's the second. We're going all the way to here. So start with finger 5, go through all your fingers, 3 over, then 4 over, then 3 over, and then back down the same way. So go as far as finger 3, cross, as far as finger 4, cross, to finger 3, cross, and use every finger so that you finish with finger 5 on the C. So it'll take you a bit of practice to get the hang of that. You can then go on and try it with G major if you're feeling super confident. Now we're going to move on to our next challenge. We're going to try a minor scale. We're just going to do 1 octave of a minor scale. I said in a previous lesson that we learn the major scale first, and then there are lots of other scales. There are scales that you tend to use more in classical playing, and scales that you tend to use more in rock and pop and, you know, contemporary playing. But we're going to learn them all. But the major scale is the first scale to learn whichever direction you're going with your music, and you can work out every other scale from the major scale. So we know C major, that's what we've just been playing. And from the C major scale, I'm going to show you how to work out the natural minor. There are lots of different minor scales, but the natural minor scale is the first one we're going for. So you can see here is the scale of C major that we've just played, and I've numbered the degrees of the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To turn it into C natural minor, we need to flatten the 3rd degree, the 6th degree, and the 7th degree. You remember, to flatten a note, we drop it down a semitone. So if we look at this E, there's the note E. If we want to flatten it, we drop it a semitone downwards. Down is that way to the next closest note, and we've got E flat. So you flatten the E, the 3rd degree, you flatten the A, the 6th degree, and you flatten the B, which is the 7th degree. And that gives you C natural minor, which is C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. And we're going to play it using the same finger order that we use for the major scale. So C, D, E flat, crossover, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, and back the same way, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, C. And I'll just play that a bit more fluently. And you can hear that's a much sadder sound than C major, which is all jolly and happy. C natural minor. So have a go at that. To start with, when you're using a few black notes, they'll be a little bit slippery, but you'll get used to. Just try to keep your hand relaxed. So we'll play that C natural minor with the left hand. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, C. There you go. So you might want to pause the video and just copy this down. This shows you the major scale, C major, the degrees of the major scale. I've underlined the degrees of the major scale that you flatten to then give you the C natural minor scale. And remember, the sign for a flat is like a little B. Okay, next we're going to go back over the major pentatonic scale, which we looked at in lesson 5. So if you've forgotten that, just pop back to lesson 5 to go over the major pentatonic again. We played the major pentatonic, C major pentatonic, and you find the major pentatonic by taking the major scale and playing the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th and 6th degrees. So C major pentatonic, and then you can finish with the C. And last lesson I showed you how you can improvise using that pentatonic. We improvised over the chord of C with the left hand. You're just playing any notes from the major pentatonic over the major chord and it'll all sound right. Now we're going to try moving between 2 keys. So we're going to play C major pentatonic over a chord of C major for 4 bars. Then we're going to play G major pentatonic over a chord of G major for 4 bars. So just to run you through the G major pentatonic, we first of all look at the scale of G major, which you already know. So the degrees of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to get G major pentatonic, we want 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 8, which gives us G, A, B, D, E. Now, it's best if you get a piece of paper, write down the notes in the C major pentatonic, and then write down the notes in the G major pentatonic, just like I've done here, and have it maybe, you know, where you can see it on your stand, so that you know which notes you can play with each chord. So the C major pentatonic is going to go with the chord of C major. The G major pentatonic is going to go with the chord of G major. Now the time signature we're going to use for this little improvisation is 4/4. So 4 beats in a bar. We're talking crotchet beats. Your right hand is going to be playing all of these crotchets. So your right hand will be playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your left hand is going to play the chord on beat 1 and just hold it. So your left hand will be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But your right hand will be playing every beat using notes from the major pentatonic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just making it up as I go along, but only using those notes. So we'll do 4 bars, 4 beats in each bar, and we're going to do 4 bars of the C major pentatonic over a chord of C major. And then we're going to go to 4 bars of G major pentatonic over a chord of G major. I'll slow the tempo down. You'll want to slow the tempo right down because you need a bit of thinking time when you first start doing this. So I'll count us in. We're starting with C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to G. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just keep going on that. You can have an even slower tempo if you want to. Once you've got confident and you're able to find the notes, you know, sticking to your tempo and do the change from C to G and back to C without needing a long pause, then you could download a metronome, or you can use an online metronome, and you can set the tempo on the metronome and just practice doing that in time to a beat. Just nice and slow to start with, but try it without the beat first, then move on to the metronome. Okay, so that's enough for one day. Just to recap, you're going to practice 2 octave scales. You're going to have a go at turning C major scale into C natural minor and playing it using the same order of fingers. Just 1 octave to start with. And then you're going to have a go at the C major pentatonic and the G major pentatonic, and then have a little improvisation session. Maybe even find someone to jam with if you can. You can have hours of fun just doing that. Okay, see you next time.